It's 7-0 Bengals.
Makes the score Bengals 7, Colts nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start first and 10. Escaping the pressure right. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he works free. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you look at the next gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles.
He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 77 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Well, CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points. And this carries into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Eason and the Colts now with a first and 10 at their own 17-yard line. He'll set up to throw. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Now Taylor. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, 73 yards. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
23-yard line.
The The Bengals drive about to get going. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, here's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins.
Man, hit that nigga. Hit him, motherfucker.
Midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And the Bengals first down.
From the gun again to Mixon. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Forced out to his left. Now Burrow loses the football, and the Colts pick it up. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards, the final tally. Here's Taylor. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Eason on 2nd down. That is caught inside the 5. He takes this one for the Colts touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Bengals 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Yeah, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 23 yards on the play. Being chased out left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts TD. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
6-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the pick six, and then decent field position of throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive. And
Hit this motherfucker, man. Damn.
To let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Bengals 14.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete. T. Higgins was the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Again, it's Burrow on second and 10. Got it open there.
What?
C.J. Uzomah.
Wow. Come on, man.
Down at the Colts 18.
The fuck was that?
4 yards.
Bengal first down.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Down at the 11-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
Burrow on third down. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run with Mixon. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It'll be a gain of 4. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a first and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. Second and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Brings up second and goal.
And And now they will throw it with Burrow. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. From 4 yards out. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown.
Obviously, Brandon, they couldn't get it all back with just one score, but that touchdown chips into the lead, and now it makes the comeback a little bit more manageable.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, that he opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
From the gun is Eason. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady game.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And room there to work it inside the 25. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1. As the Bengals
on 2nd down, here's the option. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
3rd and 4.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. From the gun on 3rd down. Eason into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Von Bell. And his guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half.
1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. So we're at halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, right there, just not close.
The big fella, he's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. C.J. Uzama, 73 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Eason sets to throw it. On the move to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28.
28.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily coach, you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back to Taylor on first down. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Eason. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
The ball carrier.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Operating from the gun, Eason. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason buying time to his left. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
So the field goal there counts what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Oakland has a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Lane opens here. He's past the 30.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the
goodness.
When you score...
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 57 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score. Bengals 42, Colts 31.
The kickoff unit is out on the lands it in the middle of the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now this time he'll look to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Looking deep for Hilton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit.
There he goes left side.
I need to get my swag
And he will
right
take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, 45 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
Here's Eason off the play fake. Looking for Campbell downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Von Bell. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
First down 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
The first down pass. Intercepted.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
At the 36-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Bengals drive about to get going. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
7 yards there and a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
Prime time, baby.
Will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Bengals are able to grow their lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. They run with Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
2nd and 11 now. Now Eason. Catch made here by Campbell. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Eason looking deep for Hilton. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again. Eason. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mo Alley-Cox, 33 yards. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now Burrow to throw on second down. Able to find Higgins. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line. 2nd and 14. Again, it's Mixon. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Back-to-back running plays, putting them in negative territory. What can they do coming up on 3rd and 15? Now Joe Mixon, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Seibert's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
21-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go play action with Eason. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. The Colts on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, he saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He finds some open field here.
Nothing here. Nothing here.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Open man is Ross, complete. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Another try for Mixon, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Third and goal, Burrow. Flushed out right. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Make him do it again, baby. Make him do it again.
Taken down back at the 18-yard line.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Their season ends here. A tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that? They got there, had an opportunity, and for some teams, they have to lose games like this before they learn how to win them in later seasons.
So that'll do it for us, for my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our...
What's good, man? Nah, I just got done playing playing a game of Madden and shit. That's down bad, man. Down bad. Yeah. I should have sold that shit when I was up $300. I didn't expect it. I'm still learning, so you know what I'm saying. If it go back up to 300 something, I'm selling, and then I'm gonna deposit some more money and buy more. That shit was up to damn near 5 though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was debating doing that shit, and I'm like, nah, what if this shit keep going? You know what I'm saying? And then I'm fucked over. Yeah. Man. Yeah, I missed out yesterday. PlayStation Direct had them. I'm always doing this shit when I sleep.